Hey guys, I hope everybody's doing great today. It's Friday, it's a beautiful day, but sunny day, but pretty much cold. It's it's the kind of day where you just want to stay home. It's pretty much cold outside. But anyway, so we kind of getting used to it now. So it it just came to my attention that we got brothers and sisters here. I'm talking about mostly those coming from Africa, who come to America, go to other countries in the world, but who are working hard. They don't sleep at night because they're working night shifts. Others are working day shift. So they're working like different shifts. Because some of them are married. So they gotta balance their schedule because of the kids. They're working hard, and at the end of the day, whenever they get paid, they just pour their money, into useless things, things that don't really help them. So what I want us to understand is that we're going through different stages in our lives. A lot of us, when we left Africa, we had like pretty much a good life. We had money, we were working, we had money, and our wives didn't need to work because we were the only providers, and we love it in Africa. I mean, don't get me wrong about that. We love when wives stay home with kids, and then we go outside and we're the only provider. We don't have any issue with that. African men usually do not have any issue with that. They actually love it. But then we come here, and then we come to a point where there gotta be like a balance, because we got thousands of bills here. Everything's pretty much expensive. Hospitals, groceries, groceries. So we come to that country where everything is expensive. So we need our wives. Sometimes our wives help, but we can still work by ourselves. But it will be too tight. You see what I'm talking about? But then my brothers, work hard. They come home, in the morning, sleep the rest for the rest of the day, and they don't really have, any activities, because the work is like, you gotta be a man, to work. You gotta be a man, to live in America. I mean, you gotta be here, to know what I'm talking about. Because when you're not here yet, life seems to be like America seems to be like a paradise. Some even think that here money grows on the tree, unfortunately, but which is not the case. And but also we have to always keep in mind that the grass is never green, on the other side. Not always. Whatever media portray, whatever people say, is not always the truth. So you gotta be there to really understand it. I've been in this country for a couple of years now. I got used to the new system. It took me time to really understand how things go, but I was able to do so. I was able to manage, and now I just realized that time flies. So guys, please, the strength that we have today is not the same strength that we'll have like in 5 years. Especially that a lot of African people, when they come here, they usually they're either old, or they're even in the mid-30s or 40s. So which means that they don't have like years and years again of work. They don't have like years and years of being that strong person they are today. So which means that the effort we are putting at work, and the money, the salary that we're getting back, we gotta be able to save that money. Because let's think about tomorrow. Let's think about our wives. Let's think about our kids. Let's think about ourselves. Let's think about our families back home. Because behind every African is always a niece, a nephew, a brother, a mom, a dad. That's the African culture. That's how we were raised up. And to you who are listening to me, I'm 100% sure, or I'm 90% sure, that you were not raised only by your mom and by your dad. You were raised maybe by your mom's sister or by your dad's brother or by your dad's sister. That's how African is. That's the culture, and that's the beauty of African. The fact that you are never alone, even if you don't have any father or mother today, but you always have, like, your aunt or your uncle who's your father in our culture, or your aunt who's your mom too. You always have somebody who loves you, who cares about you, and who took care of you also when you were growing up. So when you come here, save that money. Stop always spending that money into things like, pretty much expensive shoes, expensive clothes. I know it's gotta be a trend for some people. I know in some countries it's a trend to be like, to dress like a to dress smart, to smell smart. Yeah, it's a trend. Yeah, it's a fashion. It's being in. When you are in that, when you always well dressed. When you smell good and whatever. But what you get at the end of the day? What you get out of this? At the end of the day, that's the question that you gotta ask yourself. So we didn't come here, to dress all the time, to smell good. I mean, yeah, we gotta smell good, but to dress all the time, to have fashionable clothes, shoes, and all that stuff. We haven't come so far for that. We came here, like, to work hard and to make, like, a better life today, tomorrow, and forever. So for us, for our kids, for our grandchildren, for our families back home, that's why we came here. We came here to give the best out of ourselves. And when we give the best out of ourselves, and the little money, the little $10, the little $20, $30, $50 that we get at the end of the month, we gotta be able to, of course, deal with all our bills, electricity, water, rent, all this stuff. But then the $10 left, we gotta be able to save it, to put it somewhere where we know that some days you will need it. Look, someday you'll get old. Someday you will have to stop working because you won't have that strength, that energy, that courage. You may have that courage, but you won't have that physical strength to wake up every day and go to work. You won't have it, when you reach a certain age. Unfortunately, you have to hang up, and retire. But how beautiful it is, like, when you retire and then you got enough, you got like enough money to travel around the world. Why not go back to Africa, visit family, spend a couple of weeks, come back here, go to Australia, go to France, go to Italy, go to South Africa, go to Senegal, go to Gabon, go to Congo, go to Angola, go to those beautiful places where you feel home, where that's where you belong, where you were born, where you grew up, where there are people you love the most. It's so good, to reach that stage. But before reaching that stage, you gotta work hard. You gotta give the best out of yourself. You gotta be able to save the little that you can have, or save as much as you can. But I have to admit that, in America, it's hard to save. Even when you are couples, you got thousands of bills. Rent is pretty much expensive. You got car loans, you got phone loans. Everything is on loan here. That's really the funniest part. And loans usually range from 3 to 5 years. No, guys, I really think that we better think twice. We better think that perhaps not everybody went to school, but you don't always have to go to school to succeed. You don't always have to go to school to save some money. You don't always have to go to school to become like a rich person. A lot of rich people have never gone to school, but they are rich. They are maybe the richest people, on the richest people on earth. So, guys, I believe that we can do better than that. We are people who think. We know where we come from. We know how hard, how hard it was, to come here. We got work, we got jobs. It's tough, kind of job that we're doing, but that kind of like would make us think twice, before spending the little money that we have. The little money that you have, the $1 that you put aside, will help you tomorrow, will help your kids tomorrow, will help your mama back home, will help your dad back home, your uncle, your whole family. It will help everybody, back home one day. So let's try to think twice. Let's not spend all our money into pretty much expensive shoes or whatever. And it's even funny because in America it's weird, because when you dress that fashion, few people look at you. In Africa, yeah, when you wear dress, you walk, everybody say, "Oh, we love that person." But here, who looks at you? Just few people. What is the need? So think twice again. I went for prayer today, like it's Friday, so I got back home. Just time to spend time to stay with family just for a few minutes, and then I'm on my way to work. So I hope like you have like a great Friday. I hope you have like a great weekend, and I hope that I will see you again, next week. So thanks very much. Do not forget to subscribe to my channel. Do not subscribe to share, with as many people as you want, because like I told you, like in my previous videos, I'm trying to grow my followers. So I'm trying to have like a strong, channel. So I believe that we can all do that. So thanks very much for listening to me and watching me. So watch out and enjoy your weekend. See you.